Let's see how this goes. Hey everyone, my name is Josh and today I'm going to be shooting the Dinner for Two video. If you haven't already seen the video, please click the link and watch that first and then come back to this. Otherwise it's just going to ruin the twist at the end. I like having little twists at the end. I think it's enjoyable, it makes things kind of funny, well for myself anyway. Yeah, so please go watch that video and then come back to this. This video, I'm shooting off my GoPro so that I can capture a kind of behind the scenes. So this video is gonna be like my vlog for the day. I usually shoot these videos in just one day. So I'm just gonna have this GoPro following me around all day. So the first thing I did is I wrote up a script on the computer. The day's gonna start with me just here. I'm supposed to be asleep and then my alarm goes off and I realize that I need to get ready for dinner. The second scene is gonna be in the bedroom where I'm gonna get dressed. Third scene is actually gonna be at my mum's place. We live in an apartment. I don't wanna bring my dog in here, little Rexy. So we're gonna shoot the final part over at my mum's place. And yeah, let's get to it. All right guys, let me just fill you in on how I film the setup. So I've got my camera here, it's on my slider. I've reversed the handle so that it faces me so I can control it. I've got my Atomos Shinobi on top just so that I can see what I'm doing over here. Got my 24-70 on the 5D. Yeah, I've got my 3 lights here just to give me more light, just to brighten me up. I do have the overhead lights on. Usually I'd turn these off, but I think it just helped give a bit more light to the scene. I'm using this rig to be able to film myself. So this is just a Manfrotto tripod. I've attached my phone to here and this phone is just held on by rubber bands. So that's so I can see exactly what's coming out of this camera right here. All right, let's go. Okay, so honestly, this stuff gets kind of tricky. You just make it work. You just see what looks good in the monitor and, you know, just go over and over again until you can get it. Hey guys, this is VoiceOver Josh. Throughout the day, I keep the same setup generally for every single shot. This helps me to save time from going from one place to another. Even though I have a plan on the shots that I'm going to be doing, it's only a base plan. A lot of the shots that I'm doing, I'm actually only figuring out as I go through it, purely because I don't know if what I want to be able to do is going to be possible. So this is going to be the scene where I wake up and yeah, realize that I've got to go and get dressed. With these videos, I'm not only setting up the shot and setting up the camera and equipment, I also need to keep in mind that I need to act in it too. This can get a little bit complicated sometimes when I have to move the camera, like in the previous scene. With this particular shot, it was really simple. Always remember that movement in your videos adds a little bit more production value. Yeah, that was alright. I'm gonna stick with it. And yeah, I'm just gonna pretend to leave now. As you'll see me do a lot today, I'll need to re-watch what I've shot to see if it's worth keeping. Here I'm evaluating if the shot looks good enough to continue on or if I should change it in any way. So Josh, what did you think of that shot? Nah, I think I'll leave it. I think that's good. The only last shot that I want is a watch shot, which I'm going to have to film later because, well, it's not the right time yet. I'll film it later. Just had to help him and had to go help my dad. 2 hours later, we're back here again and we're gonna move on to the next part. I'm just gonna quickly check what I did before. I think everything should be okay. I mean, these parts usually for the like home parts and whatever, they're supposed to have that home look to it, like that not professional look. So I don't really care. Head over to the room and we can do the next scene. Okay, so we're in the bedroom now. I've still got to reposition the lights and the camera. I've also actually got to grab my suit, which is lying on the bed. I've actually got to put it in there. And I'm going to take all my clothes out, dump all that in the bed, and oh yeah. All right, so now I've got my suit in there. I'm going to shoot that first, and then I'll take you through on the GoPro, like where everything is. All right, see you in a bit. As you can see with this setup, I've kept the camera on the slider, on the tripod legs. It's really important that you use lighting in your shots. On the key light, I noticed I had the wrong filter on, so I actually go to change this so that I keep all the lights consistent. I've placed one of the lights inside the wardrobe so it lights up the case of the suit. Clearly, if I didn't have any lights, you would not be able to see this shot. Also, it would not have the same effect. Now you're able to see me do the same shot over and over and over again. This is what I do with every single shot, except for one that you'll see later today. With this particular shot, I had to move the camera on the slider and pan it to the right and open the door all at the same time, so things can get a little tricky, as all of these shots do. This next shot is me going in to pick up the suit. When planning out these shots, you're always keeping in mind what your transition is going to be. With these, it was just going to be a full frame cover so that I could transition nicely to the next shot. So I've got my hand coming in and then the suit coming out and covering the camera. Alright guys, so this is what I've done. I've got my 3 lights. I've got one light inside the cupboard to shine onto the actual suitcase, to shine onto the actual case of the suit. I've got my other light here, and I've got another light here. If you're wondering about that thing at the top, my wife just bought a new pillow. Yep, so this is me grabbing the suit, so now I'm just going to rearrange everything to get for the next shot. Like I said before, movement in your videos gives it a little bit more production value. Because I'm doing this by myself, I can't unzip the case and move the camera at the same time. So I decided to just focus on the zip and move the case itself. With these shots, you want to remember your composition and where your focus is. All of these shots are done in manual focus. Okay, so that was a little trickier than I thought. I've taken the suit out of the wardrobe, then I unzip it. So now I'm just going to go straight to me putting on the suit. I'm just going to rearrange everything to take those B-roll shots and hopefully they come out alright. After I finish setting up and put the camera where I want and put everything in frame, I then put my hand in frame and I'm practicing what the shot is going to look like. I'm just testing out to see what's actually going to work. Like, I've got the shot list in my head of how I want it to go, but I don't actually know how it's going to be done. Just sorting it all out now. Alright guys, so I've got my suit on. Well, I've got my suit pants on because that's what I'm going to be using in this particular shot now. Let's get to it. With these time lapses, I've taken out a large majority of the video because otherwise this video would go for way too long. All of the time lapses are put to either 500 or 1000% faster. So these shots take quite a bit of time. Battery's dying, gotta go fix the battery. This shot with the shirt became really hard because I wanted to move the shirt and my hand at the same time. And I also wanted to move the camera as well. You'll see later on that I end up putting my hand in and then try to move the camera with my knee. This ends up helping slightly just for those transition shots. As you saw in the video, I do use post-editing transitions. Even though I still use post-editing transitions, I always like to keep the transitions in camera as much as possible. Oh my goodness, this gets really hard. The reason why I've got the shirt on backwards is because in the shot, this thing keeps on like flying around, then you can see my black shirt underneath. There's less distraction, so hopefully you can just notice the hand coming in rather than the shirt just hanging around. Okay, hopefully that was it. Oh my goodness. Let's try one more time. Okay, we're gonna see in the post edit, maybe I can do something in post, but hopefully that was it. Now I'm gonna be shooting the pants, so let's go ahead and do that. You won't notice in the final edit, or in this video, but I had half of my pants off. The reason for this is because I wanted to have a little bit more slack at the bottom of the foot, so when I brought my foot up, it was able to look like I had actually put my pants on. This shot was really hard to create. This is not the shot that I wanted to do at all. I totally had to improvise on the spot because what I had in mind was going to be way too difficult and way too time consuming. Now I'm actually in my suit. The shirt's not ironed, but I don't care. So I gotta get the camera back on the tripod. I'm just gonna do the final part where I've got my hands going to my jacket and the tie. Yeah, we'll take it from there and see what happens. For this shot as well, I also had to improvise. As you can see, I'm doing everything myself in this particular shot. I've used one of the legs on my slider to put a stopping point for the handle on the tripod head. This is to help me find the final point of my shot. And I know once I've placed it there, I can quickly release it, I can button up my suit jacket. When I'm doing up my tie, I wanted to move the camera. Because I couldn't, I used the same technique to unzip the case of the suit. So I got myself in frame, focused on my tie, and moved myself in the shot without moving the camera. Okay, so we just filmed everything that needed to be filmed in the bedroom. Really planning on not having to retakes or anything like that. But now it's just for the shot for me to get out of the bedroom, and then I'll see you guys in a bit. So enjoy. This particular shot I found quite difficult. The reason being is because I wasn't able to see myself immediately in the camera, and I had my face in the camera, so I had to focus elsewhere and couldn't see what it looked like. So I position the camera, I get what I want in frame, and then I have to act out the shot and re-watch it. This is very time consuming, but it was also funny to watch what I looked like when I ran through the door multiple times. Okay, so, oh man, I tell you what, I'm really hot right now. Probably should turn the aircon on, but I don't want the, because I still want to I don't want the noise from the aircon getting picked up in the microphones, just because I use some of the sounds that are caught by the actual A-cam. I use that in the video as well. All that's left is to do the part that's just out here in the kitchen for that transition into the part at my mum's place. Afterwards, put it all on the laptop, just check everything that I've got, kind of make a rough cut of everything just to see if it flows well, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Because I don't have a slider that's electronic, I have to come up with other ways that I can get the slider to do things that I want it to do without me actually being there. What I'm doing is I'm using the legs on the slider to raise it up a little bit so that it slowly slides forward. I then put it in position and then rush to do the shot. Oh man, that was one take and I think it's good, and I can't be bothered doing it again, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Get the equipment to do the work for you. Sweet. Again, just remember your transitions, what's going from one shot to the next. That way you can get creative with those transitions. As you can see, I've got the tablecloth covering the camera, and that's going to then transition to my next shot. Alright, I think that'll do. Let's see what it looks like on the computer. I've just quickly put together something really quick on the XPS. Threw something together just to make sure I've got everything. I've got one more shot to do here before we go, and that's going to happen at about 6:30. It's about 6:05 now, so we've got about 25 minutes. So for the meantime, I'm just transferring everything that I put on here. I'm transferring it all to my main rig just as a backup, and I'll finish the edit on the main rig. Editing off this little Samsung drive. So I'm going to be taking this to mum's as well, just to make sure that I can check everything there. So let's get everything ready to take to mum's. I'm going to be taking everything in this Pelican case. I'm going to put all the lights in here, lights, the camera, everything's going to go in here. I actually have 2 of these because I travel to Queensland quite often just to do some gigs, weddings, things like that as well. So yeah, these Pelican cases, this is the Pelican Air 16, 15. Honestly, these things are fantastic. Super durable, super strong. They come in different variants on the inside. I usually have this one for the light stands and the lights and just other accessories. The other one that I have, I usually put in any tripod, my drone stuff. I usually put in like all my audio equipment and things like that. And then I put all my cameras and lenses usually in my backpack. But for today, just because we're going to Mum's, I'm just gonna throw everything in here. Okay, Em's just finished doing her makeup and she's ready to go film or to be filmed. She doesn't have a huge part in this one, which is, yeah, good for her. Really grateful that she can help me today. Hey guys, we are at Mum's house now and this is where we're gonna be doing it. So we're gonna set up a little table here and just kind of get everything ready. Hopefully we can smash this out. It's getting pretty late at night and yeah, I wanna get this done. When I get the chance, I'll get Em to help me out. It helps things go faster, smoother, and she also is able to help me with shots that I'm not able to get, which you will see. When I was at my mum's place, the GoPro actually ran out of battery, so I wasn't able to capture everything, so I have missed things in this video. But the main parts you'll see Em helping me with a lot of the shots. Some shots in particular, you'll see me actually doing the shot first, showing her what it looks like, and then she'll perform the shot. And that way she can do something similar or exactly what I wanted her to do. You probably didn't pick this up in the video, but the shot of lighting the candle is actually Emlyn's hand. If I don't have my camera on my slider or a tripod, I'll do my B-roll handheld. I do use a gimbal for more professional shoots that I do, but for these videos while I'm in isolation, it just saves me time. I have a little bit more control and I'm able to get a little bit more creative if I just do it handheld. So this is one of the videos that I have of Rex behind the scenes. You can see my mum there, she's helping me with Rex. He actually got really scared after I set up this room with all the lights and just all the equipment. He wouldn't come into the room and it was really difficult. But with a little bit of love and, well, a little bit of food, he finally softened and came to help me out. Alright guys, that was probably the hardest part, was to actually get Rex to follow some instructions. But we finally got him to eat from the table. You pretty much saw the setup and what we did. Just because of time, I'll talk to you guys more when I get back home. Sweet. Hey guys, welcome back to the apartment. So we've just finished shooting at my mum's place and we just got back here. I'm in the middle of transferring everything over. I am transferring everything to the laptop first because that's where I began creating the video. And then I'm just going to transfer everything from here to my main editing rig. It's now just past 10 o'clock with, you know, all the obstacles throughout the day, having to, you know, go out and do this and that. And obviously there's obstacles when shooting a video. Sometimes you just got to improvise and just got to make tweaks. because these videos are just for fun and I love doing them and I hope you enjoy watching them, I just make little adjustments and just try to make it work. What I'm going to be doing for the next few hours, I'll start editing, throw it together, I'll go on and pick some music and try to make it all fit. Big shout out to my wife who helped me and who helps me film. As you could see today, she does play a huge part in getting some of the shots that I just can't do. And obviously there are shots that become a lot easier because you've got a second person. So Em's gone to go finish her assessment that she's still got to finish, and I'm gonna finish this video. Yeah, I hope that you were able to see what my day is like. So I think the last thing is just to have an outro. That outro, I shoot it pretty much like 5 minutes before I upload it to YouTube. So here's your outro. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this behind the scenes video. I hope you enjoyed just watching me go throughout the day, and I hope that you were able to take something away from it. If this video had value to you at all, please consider liking, subscribing, and also sharing it with anybody else who you think will also take away something from it. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace!